And as you can see, going live again. And this time I am going to cover the signs from Libra on to Pisces. So let's see what happens here, and let's see what Spirit has to say for it. So I'm going to start off with this one here first. Go ahead and start drawing some other cards. Excuse me. What the energies are. Since something's going on, not going to really talk too much. So just going to get straight to the point for you. Okay, Libra? Penelope Dreamweaver in the reverse. Okay. And then Fairies of the Future in the reverse. Alright, so then for these next 7 days, it's going to be very, very important for you to trust your intuition, Libra. Trust your intuition. Trust the dreams that come in too. Because when it comes to Penelope, she is the dream master. So I'm going to go ahead and read the book for you, just to show you what it says. So Penelope Dreamweaver is number 28. She follows right before Talm the Poet. So she's about she's about inspiration, magical dreams, and visions. Now, very much so, the reason why the Fairies of the Future have come in the reverse is because Penelope has come in the reverse as well. Now, if Penelope talks about the weaver of dreams, the bringer of visions, the muse of artistic inspiration, then Penelope weaves the tapestries in the mind with threads of light, color, and sound. So usually the people that are artists are going to be drawn to Penelope's energy. Also, when she comes to us in dreams, we awaken under her enchantment and rush for our paints or our clay or other forms of expression. So there's something that you need to express right now, Libra, and I don't know if it has something to do with like maybe a lack of courage, or maybe it has something to do with doubt, but I very much feel that like this energy here is something like, well, I can't see the future, so I'm not even gonna try. Okay? These fairies and the sisters, the fairies of expression, work together as a team, helping us in our creative endeavors. So the fairy of inspiration with ideas the fairies of inspiration sprinkle us with the special inspirational fairy dust, so we can come up with ideas rather like fertilizing a plant, and you know what plants are fertilized with, Grace says. Then their sisters, the fairies of expression, help us to give form to our creativity, manifesting it with our own particular talents. So it wouldn't surprise me if I drew an animal spirit and it was something having to do with like maybe backbone, like the stingray, or perhaps maybe even something like drawing the what do they call it? The raccoon. There you go. So you may feel as if your creativity is blocked or even dead, and it perhaps may even seem that you are trying too hard, Libra. So when it comes to this type of energy, it's time to lay back, relax a little bit, stop trying so hard in a specific area of life, and just allow for the source to bring things to you as necessary. Now, we're going to go ahead and go with the Fairies of the Future in the reverse. And the Fairies of the Future, you know, it's crazy because if you really take a look at this picture here, you see what's going on? There's all sorts of everything that's going in a forward direction, except for maybe this one right here at the top, which is kind of looking in both directions. But if you pay attention to her, she's actually looking at the Gnome King right here. And this Gnome King, he knows the direction of which to go. She's not really sure, but she's kind of looking over, kind of thinking that she does know the way. But in her mind, she's kind of like skeptical about what she feels her path is. So the pleasingly plump gnome lady admiring the Gnome King from her mushroom hopes to be invited on the journey, though she would be better to invite herself like all the others instead of waiting, right? The old oak man in the lower right is firmly rooted in the present and has no desire to travel in space. His journey is through time only, and he contemplates the wisdom of stillness and deep roots. He is contented, serene, and wise because this life suits him, and he has learned to make the best of what he has. He is happy to watch the other fairies pass by. It suits him, but this is not the way most fairies and humans usually choose to live. So, the Oak Man, that's a very interesting perspective there. I do see the Oak Man, and he's right there. So, what is the fairy trying to tell us? Are you certain you are going in the direction that you wish to, Libra? Or are you merely following someone else's lead without being clear about your own direction? See, I had that idea, like, not really clear. So, let's see what the, and so that is why there is a necessity for intuition. Now, this, I feel like when the universe sends you a message, it's going to be very loud and very clear. So you're not going to have any qualms. You're not going to have any questions as to whether source is speaking to you or not. Okay, so then I don't really feel like this is a relationship oriented type of thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some Rider-Waite. And then I'll get to see, what this is about. I mean, I very much feel like this is just saying trust your intuition and understand that when the messages are necessary to be received by you, they're going to be received by you, okay? So, yeah, so you're definitely on a journey, and this journey has been a long one. The general notion behind the Six of Wands is that there was some type of action he took, and there was some type of victory he had. So I feel like if you take this advice of pushing your creativity forward, of allowing yourself to understand how to move your dreams into action, then what ends up happening is you're going to have people that are jealous of you, kind of like what you have right here in the Six of Wands. However, the only difference between, let's say, the Six of Wands and the Six of Swords is that in the Six of Wands, you're actually victorious. In the Six of Swords, yeah, I guess you could say you are victorious, but at the same time, it's almost like you're victorious because you separated yourself. In the Six of Wands, you're actually still together with everybody, and yes, you have some people that are jealous of you, but they're only jealous because they can't seem to reach that victory. So look at this. I think this is part of the reason of why you don't have a clear vision of the future. For whatever reason it is that caused you heartbreak, that caused you a disappointment or some type of something like that, it's important to understand that intuition will guide us when it comes to healing that. And a lot of the times, whenever it comes to healing with that, we can't really look towards the future. Instead, we're actually looking at the past. And that's where all of this other stuff is pointed to when you have this card in the reverse. So, fairies of the future, they're trying to help guide you. So I would say, ooh, look at that. And the reason why they're trying to help guide you is because of this. They sense that you're not happy. So the general notion is the fairies of the future want to get a hold of you so that they can give you the message that's necessary so that you, Libra, can step into your full power. Okay, let's see. One more card. Okay, so yeah, see? Okay, yes, I get it now. All right, so, yeah, see? So, in all of this, and look at that, number 3. that might be significant for you, Libra. I'm gonna go ahead and draw this dice, and I'm gonna roll it, and I'm gonna see what it says as far as the numbers go. 1, 3, and 4. Okay, so in which direction do you feel like you have to head with your talents, right? Because that is one question that we have to ask. I do want to go ahead and draw some of these cards now, just simply because if we're gonna be talking about like forward movement and stuff like that, then we actually have to talk about the relationship with yourself. See, the Nine of Cups in the reverse feels like somebody is not very emotionally confident. 10 of Cups in the reverse, right underneath that, shows me that things haven't really been all that happy life, happy wife, type of thing. And then, of course, with the Three of Swords in the reverse, I feel like regardless of the fact that all of this is going on, it's going to come out to something good for you, Libra. Okay? Girl talk. So, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. Yeah, see? So, it very much is a time period for you to be alone, for you to start talking to other people, for you to understand how to have fun once more. Because honestly, all of this is giving me that, like, I'm not going to look for anything serious right now. Yeah, see? The coffin. So endings, bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation. That's your path right now, Libra. As much as you might not feel like you want to separate from whoever it is that you're separating from, the general notion here is that it is a necessary aspect for this separation to take place. Okay? And see, talking, interested, conversing more, awaiting messages, arrives, text, call, email, hoovering. So it wouldn't surprise me if you tried to get this person back, whoever it is that you recently had this, yeah, see? The chaser. It wouldn't be surprising to me if this dynamic changed, because if you're the chaser, that means that the other person was probably chasing, they stopped chasing, and then they turned around. And so now you're like, well, I wonder why they're not chasing me. Let me go that way. That's the kind of deal that I'm getting with this. I mean, it's not a bad thing, obviously. It's just showing the propensity for the chase and the chaser dynamic to be present within this reading. So let me see. I want to go ahead and draw some more cards here. Some Rider-Waite. I want to go ahead and ask what the advice would be for this. I feel like being single but conversing with friends is going to be the biggest aspect of this. And so yeah, something does need to come to an end. Your dreams are going to show you those various different aspects that need to come to an end. Okay? Okay, so there might be a little bit of confusion as to what might be happening in the future. That's fine. As I mentioned, this is a road for you to be traveling right now, Libra. The general notion is that you have to trust your intuition on this. There's various different aspects of life that are just yelling at you for attention, but there's only certain ones that require attention, and it has to do with vision. Understand the vision that you're setting for yourself, and actually make sure that you're facing towards the future and not the past, because you have the Death card in the reverse is facing that way, the Page of Wands is facing that way, the Fairies of the Future facing that way. So in a way, it's like I feel that reminiscing energy, that like looking back at the past, maybe looking at photos and stuff like that, and trying to find a sense of happiness. Look at you got the Sun and the Moon, both of them coming out, both of them major arcana. So you got a Leo, Cancer type of energy there. It could be perhaps that the idea generally is to use that Cancerian energy to self-care and to raise up your confidence, and then use that Leo energy for its expression. So now, in order for you to express yourself, you actually have to have some type of vision for it. Whatever it is that you have envisioned in your mind for something to take place and for something to actually take off the ground. The Page of Wands is right after the 10. So, this guy's free. He's dropped 9 of the wands. He's actually moving forward with just 1. So I feel like if you have a lot of different things that are going on, Libra, go ahead and take those things. Take one thing that you like and then just chop everything else out and, move it off to the side, because it's not finished, obviously, but it is going to be something that people can actually move forward with. Yeah, so at the end of it all, intelligent communication and trusting your intuition, but still working by yourself, still being by yourself, and that kind of thing. Okay, so then, that's pretty good advice. I would say that both understanding your path and being happy on your path is going to help you not just to see the future, but also to see the path for how it is. All right, so first affirmation. Though these times are difficult, they are only a short phase of life. Yep. 9 of Swords energy. So regardless of how much it will keep you up at night, you know, these phases are very short. They're not gonna last very long. I give myself permission to do what is right for me. Yep. And that's exactly what the Queen of Swords does. She does things for herself. So, with that being said, you know what? I do want to draw an animal spirit card just because, um, I'm being drawn to. So, let's see what the animal spirits have to say. Yeah, and I definitely got to move myself out of here because these flies are getting annoying. Okay. After we do this, I'm going to finish it up, and then I'll go ahead and do the rest of the signs too. The Gazelle. That's a very interesting card. The Gazelle, it speaks about an ending. It speaks about things that need to gracefully come to an end. And so, what does that pertain to? Well, that must pertain to an everyday situation. It could pertain to a situation that deals with relationships and stuff too. And the Cheetah. So definitely quick moving energies here. I feel more than likely that this is going to be a rather quick journey for you. Honestly, I feel like you've been through quite a bit, Libra. So with that, I will go ahead and say that if you give yourself permission to do what is right for you and understand that these times that are going on are only a short phase of life, I think using that to your advantage would actually allow you to be able to understand fully, right? Understand fully how to use the energy of source and how to understand your happiness is what you choose. Confusion that you feel in your life, that's usually because of us too, right? It's usually because we choose to make things difficult for ourselves. But here's the thing though these times are tough, they're only a short phase of life. Remember that, Libra, and I think in some way, shape, or form you'll keep that happy, vibrant you. So thank you for being here, Libra, and I hope that this message was useful for you. And if it was, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, share this video with other Libras that you feel would benefit from it, and I will catch you later.